A senior fellow of the Center for China Studies, Professor Udenta, says Nigeria must learn from the Chinese experience to become a great and prosperous nation. In an exclusive interview with newsmen as part of activities marking the October 1st, 2023 National Day of both countries, the foreign policy expert said the transition of China from poverty to becoming the second largest economy in the world was a result of a national philosophy driven by national identity, purpose, direction, urgency, perseverance, and the invocation of history.
Why has China succeeded and Nigeria is struggling? Are they the tangible factors alone that make this work? They're intangibles. For example, the invocation of history. Have we invoked history sufficiently in Nigeria to say history is a guide to the present and to the future? Our success tomorrow is determined by the history of the past. China has a massive edifice built for historical studies. An edifice, if you go to Beijing, is bigger than any state house in Nigeria, just for the study of history. From ancient times to the contemporary stage, history is venerated almost like a secular religion in China. That means history is very key, but it's not tangible. But when you now know the history of China, as the people there do, the history of the Communist Party and this struggle to transform China from the Long March to the partnership with the Chiang Kai-shek, to the Civil War, to the post-Civil War, to the Cultural Revolution, to the Great Leap Forward, to the Deng Xiaoping era, that history is what ennobles the spirit and inspires the generation to go beyond even their own human capacity. Do we understand the role of history in Nigeria? We don't. People scratch their head when talk about history. This is not the STEM. STEM is science, tech, engineering, mathematics. Everything that is not STEM is not important for human transformation. That is not true. The Chinese are proving it. They can talk about deep sea, penetrating the deep sea through undersea cables that can anchor deep beyond where human probe can even occur. They can talk about space probe and subsonic jets. At the same time, worship history like a religion. Have a civilizational contours. The contours of Chinese civilization, they harness it. All the errors, even those errors that are not so progressive, they use that to study, to underscore what went wrong, how we can correct those things that went wrong for the contemporary stage. It's like the Bible, when people tell you, I don't really believe in your Bible because there's many bad stories and sad stories and sad stories and tragic stories. They are there because there's a lesson to learn. Planted there by the divine to say, this is why I'm presenting this graphic, terrible image of Sodom and Gomorrah. Not because you say it is not inspiring. It is inspiring because you learn harsh lessons from it. So even for the Chinese, the history, those aspects of the history that are not noble, that shouldn't be remembered, are remembered because they help you to survive the moment.
Professor Udenta, who is also a distinguished fellow of the Abuja School of Social and Political Thought, stated that Nigeria must emulate the Chinese by developing an indigenous national philosophy to drive growth and reduce poverty.
We have to deepen conversation between Nigeria and China at the level of ideas.
Okay.
At the level of humanities. I've taught about history. Let me talk about philosophy. Let me talk about literature. The humanities are the centerpiece of human transformation. It's not the STEM. That's why they don't make a joke of it in the US or Europe or anywhere in the world. The way they fund the STEM is the way they fund the humanities. Because if you don't humanize the environment, no amount of STEM can transform you. You create a soulless society that's going to die off in time. So the humanities is what is going to bring back the essence of human relations, the moral varieties, the precepts, the mores, and the norms that shape any society in the moment of transformation. So I would love to see Chinese cultural and Nigerian cultural
exchanges,
relationship deepened.
Okay.
I love to see Nigeria, Nigeria back again to accumulating comprehensive understanding of our history and how the Chinese can equally help us in trying to create that sense of historical consciousness among Nigerians. Without that, no development can occur that is going to be sustainable.
Since the establishment of diplomatic relations in February 1971, Nigeria and China have enjoyed win-win cooperation in the areas of trade, investment, defense, foreign policy, education, and technology transfer. Michael Onjeo reporting for Nigeria today.